What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to the old lady's favorite YouTube channel. We got some bleep to talk about. A lot of crap happened since the live yesterday. A lot of not great stuff. So we'll talk about that here. I may have to backtrack a little bit on some statements, but that's part of what I do here. I give my opinions, but I can only give my opinions on what information is out there. Sometimes the data changes. Let's just go ahead. Again, you can crush me. It's fine. Maybe a couple people, maybe you should keep quiet, but we'll see. Anyway, what do we have for you today? We're talking about Juventus is interested in youth players. There are a few names that are popped up. I probably won't go too deep into them, but I can at least give you the names and just some basic information about them that's interesting. Landon Donovan talks about Weston McKennie. If you don't know who Landon Donovan is, he is a U.S., I don't know if you want to say legend, because USA football doesn't really have a legend, if I'm being honest. And then we'll see, maybe when they improve their game a little bit. But then Danilo gives statements on Juventus as well. There's a little bit more that'll be sprinkled in between there. So stick with us, and we will fill you in now. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back. You're in the Bianconeri zone. My name is Justin Sofro. Today is Tuesday, September 7th, 2021, and we got a doozy of a show for you today. But before we do anything, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We know a lot of our viewers are actually not from, what am I saying? A lot of our viewers are not actually from our subscriber pool. It's actually from people outside of it. So if you're not doing it already, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, join our community, and also leave a comment in the comment section down below letting us know where you're from and how you became a Juventus fan. Or if you're not a Juventus fan, let us know what fan base you're from and why you're here. Would love to see some kind of communication there as well. I'm always interested in all you guys. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. Like I said, subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and get into the news that we have for you today. So let's go ahead and start it off with, first off, we're talking about Tchouameni. He's back in the news. He's talking about Tuttosport is saying that Arlen Tchouameni remains an objective for the 2022 season, or I guess Mercado. The summer, a move was not possible due to a non-sale of Weston McKennie. We'll get to Weston McKennie in a second. We'll see if some people, I know a lot of people, let's not act like there were only a few people that were wanting to sell Weston McKennie. We'll see if their opinions change or if they even, are more fervent in that opinion. We'll see. But anyway, Tchouameni's still an option for next season. Pretty high on the player overall. Don't have a lot. Like I said, with these guys, I'm more giving you the names. You can kind of come to your own conclusions for now. Like I said, a lot of the times, Tchouameni's been a guy who comes up a lot. We know we like the player a lot. Overall, what I'm saying is I kind of avoid giving too strong of statements until I know more about him and until he becomes more serious of a target. When you hear that name repetitively, like a Tchouameni has been. Okay. Next topic of the day we have is Nico Badiashile is saying that Juventus have Badiashile. I want to say that's right. Hopefully it's right. It's probably wrong. But anyway, on their radar, like Tchouameni, he is Tchouameni's actual, I think he's a center back that plays for Monaco as well. He's a teammate of Tchouameni. Wouldn't mind maybe getting a deal with them together. They have a little bit of chemistry going forward. I don't know too much about the player besides that, how good he is. I know he's young. So we'll see going forward. But those are two options definitely from Monaco together. And then we've got one more player, Tuttosport's talking about, and that would be Gravenberch, saying Juventus remain very interested in Gravenberch, who has 2 years left on his contract with Ajax. Juventus are planning to make a move next summer for the Raiola client. He's a center midfielder for Ajax. I think he's 19 years old as well. Kind of interesting. My main points that I took from this was they're going after a Raiola client. I wonder if there might be anything working behind the scenes there. Maybe potentially, I don't know. Well, he's also a midfielder, though, so I don't know exactly how that plays when it comes to Pogba, but I always have that in the back of my head. Let me know your thoughts on these three players. Obviously, Tchouameni, we've talked about a lot. I know a lot of you guys are interested in the player. But then Badiashile and Gravenberch, let me know your opinions down below. If I said it wrong, I probably did, and I guess let me know. You're going to do it anyway. I don't need to ask you to do that. Anyway, let's move to more of a bigger topic. I want to say maybe more of the doozy of the day. And that would be, first off, the U.S. men's national team tweeted out and sent out a report just basically saying that Juventus was going to have their American boy back sooner than expected. He was shipped back, and he will be on his way to Torino. I think he might be back already, but he was on his way back yesterday from America. You know the nonsense that supposedly, well, actually, we don't fully know the nonsense that went down, okay? From what it sounded like, a lot of the early reports and things that I went by, because these were the facts that we had, was basically saying that McKennie was in trouble for signing autographs without a mask, as he and his, teammates were walking through whatever. The data may have changed. We'll see. I'm not going too much into the details that we have right now, just because we don't know what's true and what's false. There's a lot of stuff that could be floating around there. Hopefully we don't have another Icardi situation. Not Icardi, but we don't need to have the drama situation when it comes to Tchouameni. I think some people pointed out too, like, my guy, you're acting like you're a Pogba, like an elite star out here, a Ronaldo even, a Messi or whatever have you, so you can get away with this stuff. You cannot at this point. You're not even a Mario Balotelli. So if there is anything that's true to these statements, I understand why. And the U.S. men's national team went a little bit harsher on him. It was like, nah, you're out for right now. You come back later. So we'll see what happens going forward. But to go off of that, Landon Donovan gave a statement about him. You can get it. I think it's on Twitter. You can listen to it. I think he gave it on a podcast. Can't remember the exact podcast it was. But he made a statement saying, "This is the week of your life with 3 very important games, not only for yourself, but for your teammates and your country. Crucial to go to the World Cup. His level of selfishness is beyond my comprehension." So those are pretty stern words by Landon Donovan to say that. He also went on to say, "I too have made a lot of stupid mistakes in my life, and he is still young, but still old enough to understand that certain things should not be done. You don't need to put yourself in these situations, or worse, put your team in the situation." Again, very harsh words from Landon Donovan. And then finally he said he has to learn from what happened. Now he has to work hard, because you lose the confidence of your teammates. The boys want to go to the World Cup. So definitely some harsh words from Landon Donovan talking about Weston McKennie and what may have happened there. If you want, I don't know. There's certain things that have been thrown around. We'll see what exactly it is. Strip club's been thrown out there. We'll see what all it is, what could have gone. I know people, depending on what it is, may have differing opinions, but overall, if the club, if the national team, whatever have you, sets these rules for you and these standards, you abide by these rules. You are not bigger than a club. You're not bigger than the national team. That's a problem. Something, and before, like I said, before I was more, I still, not that I am, but yes, I understand. I was a little bit more protective of Weston McKennie because he brought a lot when it came to somewhat of an offensive threat when it came to the midfield stuff that he's done. But also, no offense, but there's people love rumors. People love rumors. We love rumors. We talk about rumors all day. People love to just go ahead and, crucify somebody for one rumor that's been floated out there. We've had plenty of opportunities and chances where rumors have been thrown out there, and then that ends up not being the truth. So I want to hear the final facts and the final happenings of it. People get on me because I guess my bias for certain players. I like Weston McKennie. He's an American, like I am, but I am not biased for Weston McKennie. If he's got to go, he's got to go. If you want to sell him, you sell him. As long as you can make some money off him. I mean, if it's something like that, if it's something super serious, I don't think this is that level. But if it was something super serious, you kick him out, whatever you have to do. My main thing that I've been doing, and the reason I've been more harsh on some players, is more just about performance, and nothing has been like a personal attack on a player or anything about who they are as a person. So that's kind of one of the things that I don't fully understand when people, not to say criticize me, because I'm open to criticism, but sometimes when I say stuff, it's not because I dislike a player. It's I dislike this person as who they are, what they've done, or anything like that. It's more of just me being critical of you're not living up to the standard that is Juventus football. Anyway, let's move on from that. That's what we really have when it comes to Weston McKennie. I'm sure you all will let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. All right, let's move on. While we're on great topics and fun topics, we have Nasser al-Khelaifi, who wanted to give a statement on the Super League and give him his thoughts, because that's what we needed. The PSG president and his nonsense and the BS that goes on at PSG, acting like they're not running a circus or whatever operation over there. But anyway, he says, "I won't spend time talking about the Super League. I don't like to focus on failures. Together, we have defended the interests of European football for the players, the clubs, the leagues, the national federations, and above all, the fans." Bull bleep. That's such a crap tactic. I hate when people say, we're doing this for the fans. No, you're bleeping not. You're doing it for your own self-interest. You don't want to have competition. If you're PSG, if you're Man City, you don't want to have competition for people to be able to afford, to compete against you, to buy the players that you're buying. And also that it's going to come crashing down on you, and you'll be even farther in a hole, to dig out of once that does happen, if the Super League is formed. He also said, while the three rebel clubs waste their energy, twist narratives, and shout to the skies, the others are moving forward and concentrating their efforts on building a better future for European football. Again, just stupidity. I mean, when I say stupidity, I mean it's biased because it's all about, which is what his job is too. It's angle for PSG and their future. What's better for them is for the clubs that are in the Super League not to have more money, to have benefits of that, to compete with them. So that's what he's going to say. Finally, Danilo was talking about with, I think it's Fuiclair. I think that is a Brazilian entity, I imagine. I may be wrong, let me know. But anyway, he basically gave some statements saying, for Juve, an important factor was the renewal of Chiellini, a symbol within the club. Allegri is back. He has written incredible pages of history, and he is a coach who is winning in his DNA. And then he says, we don't start as favorites in the Champions League, but we are motivated to be competitive throughout the season. I've been at Juve for 2 years, and I identify with the identity of the club. It's a family club with a great ability to work and reinvent itself here, so you can work and I believe a lot in work. And then finally, he says, with the fans, maybe we wouldn't have lost as many points as we did last year. They are spectacular. Well, I mean, in general, what do you really take from this? There's not really a lot that can really be taken from his words. They're kind of pretty generic overall. But he was giving us statements about Juventus, at least saying the importance of Chiellini coming back and whatever have you. But maybe he's got a point with the fans coming back that maybe you can get a little bit of home field advantage, and maybe that will help. But also, no offense, my guy, I witnessed the first 2 matches, and the second match you weren't even really that competitive against an Empoli. So I don't know how much the fans are going to do when you can't get off your bleep and and compete out here. I'm not putting it on him. I'm not putting it on Danilo personally. I'm just saying overall, because it's not. It's obviously not. But a lot has to do with the team and their performance as a whole, and they're just not gelling. So right now, there's a lot more on the team than there is on the fans to pick you up. But I understand the nice words to say, yeah, the fans will definitely help us going forward. Anyway, that's just some frustrations going in. Love this. Who doesn't love this? This international break and how it's been going for all of us. Everything's great. Everything's fine. Anyway, that's all that I really have for you today. It's never a dull moment. I'm sure something else will come out tomorrow or even later today, and we can talk about that regarding what happens with Weston McKennie and what are the facts in the matter of that. But anyway, let us know your comments in the comment section down below, as well as, like I said, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, join our community, and let us know how you became a Juventus fan, or if you're a fan of another club, let us know why you're here and being a fan of another club. Would like to hear that as well. Anyway, hit that like button and also hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos regarding Juventus. Follow Bianconerizone at Bianconerizone on Twitter and Instagram. Follow me at Justin Sofer on Twitter, and follow my boy Julian Genotti at Genotti151 on Twitter as well. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri, and I need to say this because I keep forgetting Forza Azzurri.